Pick it up. Go ahead. Pick up that utility bill sitting on your kitchen counter. Feel the texture of the paper, the weight of the ink. Now close your eyes and take a deep breath. Can you smell it? That sharp metallic tang in the air? That's the scent of ozone, the smell of a transformer arcing and dying in an alleyway 3 blocks over. It's the smell of a century-old infrastructure finally giving up the ghost. You think that number on the page, that amount due, is a payment for the light in your living room? Wrong. You are paying for a funeral. You are being taxed to bury a rotting grid that the masters of this world have already abandoned. While you were counting pennies to keep the AC running, the elite were building lifeboats. This was engineered. Every flicker in your hallway, every emergency rate hike, it's not a glitch, it's a liquidation. You are watching the slow-motion collapse of the American dream, one circuit breaker at a time. Set the scene. Imagine a dark suburban street. Your street. The streetlights are dead. The windows are black. And the only sound is the ringing of silence in your ears. But look toward the horizon. Do you see that pulsating blue glow? That monolithic concrete fortress hums with a vibrant, predatory life. That is the AI God mind, and it is eating your future. A mind you no longer control has decided that you are an inefficiency in the calculation. The American smart grid is being silently reclassified. While you were sleeping, while you were trusting the system, the titans of industry cut the tether. They are leaving you with the skeletal wreckage of a public grid, and a bill you can't pay for a service they won't provide. You aren't a customer anymore. You are a buffer. You are the excess fat being trimmed from the machine. They feed you a cradle song, a soft, green, renewable lie. They call it the green energy transition. They show you pictures of smiling families and spinning windmills. They tell you the smart grid is about efficiency and load balancing. Lies. Listen to me closely. Efficiency is just corporate code for extraction. When they tell you to install a smart thermostat to save the planet, they are really installing a digital leash. The reality they hide behind the marketing fluff is dark. The grid isn't failing because it's old. It's failing because it's being optimized against you. They aren't trying to save the public grid, they're trying to milk the last bit of equity out of your home before the system snaps. You are paying for the modernization of a system that is designed to prioritize a server farm over your child's bedroom. You aren't on the priority list. You never were. But here's the part they never explain on the nightly news. Here's the detail that real estate agents and utility lobbyists whisper about in windowless boardrooms. It's the mathematical certainty that turns your suburban sanctuary into a Tier 2 sacrifice zone. We are talking about the deliberate redlining of the American energy map. Are you ready to see where the line is drawn? Amazon, Google, Microsoft, the hyperscalers, the high priests of the AI God mind. They saw the numbers before you did. They realized the US public grid is a sinking ship that can no longer support their parasitic hunger. So they didn't offer to fix the grid. No, they are abandoning it. They are building private suns, hidden behind high-security concrete walls. We are talking about small modular reactors and massive private natural gas plants that are physically disconnected from the neighborhood next door. They are decoupling. While they preach sustainability to you, they are locking down private nuclear sovereignty for themselves. Your caveman brain feels it, that cold, ringing silence when the tribe leaves you behind in the middle of a winter forest. That's what this is. They are taking the clean, reliable baseload power for the machines and leaving you with the flickering, intermittent green leftovers and a mountain of coal ash debt. They get the private nuclear sun. You get the dark. You think this is just about high prices? You think you can just work a few extra hours to pay the bill? Stop. The dangerous part is coming. It's not just about the money in your wallet. It's about the gravity of a system in a downward spin that no one can stop. Welcome to the utility death spiral. This is the math of your bankruptcy. When the billionaires leave the store, who do you think pays the rent? You. It's a simple, brutal equation. A utility company has massive fixed costs, miles of copper, thousands of transformers, and a small army of line workers. As tech giants decouple and build their own power, the big customers vanish. The utility company is left with the same massive costs, but fewer people to pay for them. So they must hike your rates 20%, 50%, 100%. As rates spike, more of your neighbors default. Maintenance is cut, the grid becomes even more fragile. It is a whirlpool of rotting copper and toxic debt. Your comfort was the bait to get you to sign up for the smart life, and now the trap is closing tight. By the time the spiral reaches the bottom, the grid will be a luxury only the machines can afford. The denial finally cracks in the dark. It's a sweltering July afternoon or a freezing January midnight. The flicker becomes a blackout. You feel the grit of dust on your dead thermostat. You smell the sickly sweet scent of rotting food in your fridge. You look out the window and you see your neighborhood is a graveyard of smart devices that have no brain without a pulse. In that moment of total silence, the truth hits you like a physical blow to the chest. Your smart home is just a cage with no lock. The system doesn't have a heart. It doesn't care about your elderly mother's oxygen concentrator or your child's warmth. It only has a cooling system for the machine. You are the heat sink for the God mind. But there is one detail, one tiny, terrifying calculation that everyone misses. Something that is happening right now in the most powerful corridors of the United States. Look at Virginia, the AI capital of the world, the beating heart of the global algorithm. The governor didn't use corporate speak. He didn't use a cradle song. He called it a massive, massive crisis. Do you hear the fear in that repetition? This isn't a theory anymore. It's an active redlining of the American population. Your town, your suburb, your street, it's being designated for energy poverty. While the high-voltage lines bypass your town to feed the glowing monoliths of the tech giants, you are being left with the legacy waste product of an aging grid. They are building a new world on top of yours, and you are the fuel they are burning to light it. The long-term damage isn't just a temporary blackout. It's the permanent, irreversible loss of your energy sovereignty. You are being domesticated into energy slavery. The cavalry isn't coming because the cavalry has already sold the horses to the highest bidder. You are the last line of defense for your family's survival. The utility death spiral only kills those who stay connected to the drain. You must decouple. You must become your own Tier 1 zone. This isn't a hobby anymore. It is a mandatory act of defiance. Build your island. Solar is your shield. Wood is your heart. Battery banks are your reserve. Manual bypass is your freedom. Tear down the smart locks that can be disabled remotely. Install manual valves for your water and heat. Harden your independence. Sever the digital leash before the spiral reaches the bottom and the lights go out for the last time. Don't wait for the permission of a circuit board. Don't plead with an algorithm that has no ears. Stay dark. Stay silent. Stay alive. Protocol 5 is active. Like, comment, subscribe.